yeah, when my niece first told me of her hopes of writing a book that children would enjoy hearing read to them or learning to read themselves, I realize now what the masterpiece she ended up with is sort of a United Nations in disguise, where instead of people carrying each other's burdens and rejoicing in other people's happiness and joy, little animals do it, donkeys and chickens and hens and dogs and birds in the trees and horses. And I became intrigued the more I read the final copy of her endeavor there. I thought, she's telling us the story of why can't we be the same kind way with others as these animals we imagine were with each other. And a donkey being pleased that another donkey should have a lovely little guy, and that Truffles, the mother, should really care and then want her little newborn son to curl up with her that night on shavings and bits of hay in the barn, was something. And Kris, of course, is a master or a mistress of getting people together without their realizing it. She has this story set in the ranch of her sister, Kathy, a doctor on the West Coast. And the very last words in the dedication were very thoughtful, hopeful, true words to me. And she highlighted my being a teacher, knowing that as a teacher I could treasure this book in different ways and think of people who would benefit from it. And she told me in Latin, the language that I was taught as a young person and fell in love with. She told me that amabo te, Magister, I love you, teacher. And Magister is what she herself supremely is, someone magus, who knows a little more than the rest of us of what it means to laugh or to cry, to be happy or to be sad. She's had everything that a good human being is expected in a way by heaven to endure or experience. And her book, if you do what I did with it, I waited until I had quiet time all by myself last night. It's a couple of days before Thanksgiving. If you have that kind of free time to sit back and just read it almost aloud to yourself, as if you're reading it to a child, and you'll notice the delight in its eyes when it sees the little donkey for the first time and joins in the exultation of the at the family's ranch out in California. And so I hope we can care for each other as much as Kris shows these animals caring for themselves. And to those of you fortunate enough to read this book and to have it always around for the youngest in your midst and the oldest, as I happen to be right now at 93, you just to have this book on the coffee table even, and the beautiful artwork done by a 19-year-old student at Georgetown University and all. But Kris has given me the benefit of letting me see her trying her best to catch on paper the mysteries, some of the mysteries of human life. I'm being long-winded in saying that you will love this book, and please at least try it out. Thank you, Dan Sullivan, New Hampshire.